Sergeant Paul Cooper, Paulcooper.
And your rank or title?
Sergeant. I run the major fraud unit.
Major fraud.
Major fraud.
Walk us through the arrest that you made.
Our unit received a call from a Zone 6 officer who had responded to a domestic violence call. When he entered the apartment on the domestic violence call, he noticed there were numerous credit cards spread across the floor, the countertops, tables, all over the apartment. He also noticed some devices that he was familiar with as being used in the manufacture of credit cards. There were some embossing machines and coding machines, printers, and blank cards. So realizing that he had probably found a credit card lab, he went ahead and called my unit. We responded, obtained a search warrant for the location. We seized 366 counterfeit credit cards, a very complete credit card manufacturing lab, and effected one arrest on the resident. Her boyfriend had fled. We do have warrants outstanding for him at this time.
How hard is it to get equipment to duplicate or scam credit cards?
You could buy just about anything on the internet. All the machines and the devices that they had can be legally purchased. I mean, it's not illegal to have the machines. Until you start using them to actually make credit cards with other people's numbers is when it becomes illegal.
Certainly this is a new investigation for you, but do you have any access information about the amount of money that they have scammed or places that they may have shopped at?
Well, we know they were going to Best Buy, using the cards at Best Buy to buy computers. We seized 30, I think it's roughly 33 Surface Pros, iPad Pros, keyboard covers for the Surface Pros. It was about $30,000 worth of equipment that we seized that they had recently purchased. At this point, we believe they were either selling them either on the street, they may have been shipping some overseas, and some of them looked like they were returned to Best Buy for gift cards because we recovered those gift cards.
What's the impact of a crime like this on the community?
Well, obviously the banks are going to take the hit on the credit cards, and individuals will have to, they're going to have to file their fraud alerts and take steps to clean up their credit. And then the retailers, are losing thousands and thousands of dollars worth of merchandise.
Any prior history on your suspects?
I don't have their histories with me.
And tell me about the arrest. Was it a peaceful arrest or?
Yeah, there was no resistance. As I said, one subject had already fled the apartment when the officer got there, so he's still at large. But the female subject gave us no resistance whatsoever.
So did she call? How did the police?
A neighbor overheard the argument and the loud bangs and noises, so the neighbor flagged down the police officer, said, my neighbors are fighting upstairs. He heard it, and by the time he ran up, the one gentleman had fled out the back.
And
Did she seem nervous about the police being there, or do we know, or did you?
Well, I mean, initially she was just concerned. She had an injury to her mouth, and had just been in a fight. And then once she realized that we realized what was going on, she was a little upset. Tried to explain away that she wasn't involved, that it was all the boyfriend. She had nothing to do with it. But the investigations revealed that most of the purchases that were made at Best Buy were using her rewards card so that she could get the points.
It's like double dipping, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
And so they were getting people's card information, is that it, and then manufacturing a bogus card to?
Yeah, it looks like they were purchasing credit card track data off the internet. Most of the banks that we've identified so far are all overseas. Because you can go to the dark net and purchase these card numbers, just batch numbers of cards from these. They usually come from data breaches or skimming operations.
And I thought these new smart things were supposed to try to alleviate some of that.
They're going to help, but it will protect you as an individual using your card from your information getting captured. But until we do away with the mag stripes on the cards, they're going to continue to be able to make them.
And what are the charges for a crime like this?
They're charged with forgery of transaction cards, possession of forgery devices, and financial transaction card theft and fraud.
What kind of time are they facing?
All those are felony counts, so depending on their history, it could be some decent time.
Is it pretty unusual to have a ring like this revealed under these circumstances?
Actually, we've been seeing a lot of them lately. I think this is the 6th or 7th of those embossing machines that we've seized in the last 9 months. Because of the chip coming and they're getting ready to make this progression away from the mag stripes, it seems like we've seen an increase It's almost like the bad guys are trying to get it done while they can get it done.
Anything else you'd like to tell us about this case that we didn't cover?
No, I think that's it.
And there's not much we can do, I guess, as far as our credit cards, just once they.
Just monitor and monitor and monitor them. The good thing about credit cards is it's not your money. So it's not money straight out of your pocket. The bank will take the hit. So as long as you're monitoring your accounts and you stay on top of it and report fraudulent charges as soon as you see them, it won't affect you individually. It'll put it back on the bank, and then the banks will have to work with us to clear it up.
It's just kind of messy cleaning it up.
Yeah.
When I first noticed
Yeah.
it.
It's almost like a part-time job.
Oh, gosh.
Sarge, can we put a dollar amount on what they probably spent?
Is it in the report? Should ask Ken for that before I came down.
If not, we can get it out to them.
Yeah, I mean, I know we see $33,000 worth of stolen equipment, but that's not, there's no telling what they stole in return before that.